and welcome back to another one of my videos. Valentine's Day is coming up in about a week or two, so I thought it would be a good idea to show you guys how to make some Valentine's Day treats. You can make these for yourself or for your friends. Maybe if you're throwing a party on Valentine's Day, then you can serve them at your party. I really like how these turn out, and I hope that you guys like them too. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the video. The first thing I made were these mini heart-shaped cherry pies, and I started off by preheating my oven to 350 degrees. If you want, you can make your own pie crust, but I decided to use this refrigerated pie crust, and I rolled it out onto a floured surface. And then I cut out a bunch of hearts using this heart-shaped cookie cutter. You want to have an even number of hearts, and I ended up having enough room for 12 hearts, and I was able to make 6 mini cherry pies. Then I placed 6 of the hearts on a cooking tray, and those were the bases. And then I made the egg wash, so I mixed together 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of coconut milk, and you can use regular milk if you want, but I just decided to use coconut milk. So you just brush the edges with the egg wash, and then I went ahead and took some canned cherries, and I began to place 3 or 4 cherries onto the center of the heart. I placed another heart with an X carved into it on top, and then I used a fork to press down the edges and seal the heart together. Once again, I brushed some egg wash on top of the heart, and then I sprinkled some sparkling sugar on top of the heart. I put them in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then after they were done cooking and done cooling, they were all done, and I thought they turned out really adorable. Anyone thinking I still care or don't, but you still hit my phone up. Baby, I've been moving on, and I think you should be. Next, I made these heart cupcakes, which were super easy to make. I started off by lining this muffin tin with some cupcake liners. For the cupcake part, it's pretty straightforward. I just used a box of cake mix, and I followed the directions on the box. Then I went ahead and I filled up the liners about 3/4 of the way full, and then I put it in the oven for the time that the box mix told me to. Once it was done cooking, I let it cool, and then I began to cut off the tops of the muffins. To get the heart shape, I just used a cookie cutter, and I did that to the rest of the cupcakes. Then I spread some pink icing onto the cupcake, and I placed the top back on. Lastly, I dusted on some powdered sugar on top, and that's all there is to it. I think they're super pretty and perfect for Valentine's Day. This next one's super easy and super quick. It's conversation heart chocolate bark, and what you have to do is cover a tray with parchment paper, and then I went ahead and melted some chocolate chips on the stove. I added some vegetable oil to make the chocolate more liquidy, and then once that was melted, I spread it across the parchment paper, and then I also did the same thing with white chocolate, and I added some pink food coloring. And then once that was melted, I drizzled it across the dark chocolate. I put some conversation hearts on top, and then I put it in the fridge to let it harden. Once the chocolate was hardened, I cut it up into different pieces, and that was it for this recipe. She's morphine, queen of my vaccine, my love, my love. Lastly, I made these heart-shaped chocolate-covered strawberries, and I started off by washing and cutting off the stems of the strawberries, and then I cut them in half. And then I placed the 2 halves together to make them into a heart shape, and I used a toothpick to hold them together. And what you might have to do is cut the sides or like the insides of the strawberries to make them fit better together. Next, I melted some chocolate and I coated the strawberries in the chocolate, and I shook off the excess, and then I pulled out the toothpick and I let them harden. Lastly, I drizzled on some red gel frosting on top, and that is it for this recipe. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Right way, honey, there is no right way. So I fall in love just a little